welcome. I'm Ijoma Hunyasol. Tonight, Donald Trump becomes the 45th president of the United States of America, promises to return a people-oriented government, also says he'll end terrorism globally. Protesters take to the streets in protest against racism after inauguration at Capitol Hill. More than 100 people arrested. Yahya Jammeh bows out after weeks of resistance, agrees to leave the Gambia. And former Presidents Olusegun Obasanjo and Goodluck Jonathan hold meeting in Ogun State. It's the first since President Jonathan left office.
On business news tonight, government revenue increases by 13 billion naira as Federation Account Allocation Committee shares 400 billion naira.
And on sports news tonight, former The Tigers captain Olumide Oyedeji optimistic that Nigeria can retain 2017 Afro-Basket title.
And from Abuja, I'm Ivy Clem. Fulani indigents in southern Kaduna make a strong commitment to peace following reports of killings that have put fear in the hearts of many residents.
Donald Trump has been sworn in as the 45th President of the United States of America. The ceremony, which took place at Capitol Hill, had in attendance thousands of dignitaries. President Trump promised to return power to the people and bring back the dreams of America where jobs are available. Today's ceremony opens a new page for the Republican Party and the United States. Our correspondent Victoria Ido reports.
At the church service are the family members of Donald Trump, political associates and supporters. And then straight to the White House, where the Trumps are received by the Obamas. A short meeting behind closed doors between the first families before they all proceed to the Capitol Hill, where hundreds of thousands of Americans watch the historic event. Although the event was boycotted by over 50,000 Democrats, Bill and Hillary Clinton showed up for the ceremony. Other former presidents, including George W. Bush, Jimmy Carter and their wives, also were at the Capitol Hill. Outgoing President Barack Obama, with the new President Donald Trump, arrived to the admiration of thousands of people at the inauguration. And then comes the moment everyone has waited to witness.
So help me God. Congratulations, Mr. President.
Earlier, the Vice President, Mike Pence, was sworn in.
I, Michael Richard Pence, do solemnly swear.
In his inaugural speech, President Donald Trump promises to lead America to an enviable level.
For too long, a small group in our nation's capital has reaped the rewards of government while the people have borne the cost. Washington flourished, but the people did not share in its wealth. Politicians prospered, but the jobs left and the factories closed. The establishment protected itself, but not the citizens of our country. Their victories have not been your victories. Their triumphs have not been your triumphs. And while they celebrated in our nation's capital, there was little to celebrate for struggling families all across our land. That all changes starting right here and right now, because this moment is your moment. It belongs to you. It belongs to everyone gathered here today, and everyone watching all across America. This is your day. This is your celebration. And this, the United States of America, is your country. January 20th, 2017 will be remembered as the day the people became the rulers of this nation again. The forgotten men and women of our country will be forgotten no longer. We are one nation, and their pain is our pain. Their dreams are our dreams, and their success will be our success. We share one heart, one home, and one glorious destiny. The oath of office I take today is an oath of allegiance to all Americans. From this day forward, a new vision will govern our land. From this day forward, it's going to be only America first. America first. We must protect our borders from the ravages of other countries, making our products, stealing our companies, and destroying our jobs. Protection will lead to great prosperity and strength. I will fight for you with every breath in my body, and I will never, ever let you down. America will start winning again, winning like never before. We will bring back our jobs. We will bring back our borders. We will bring back our wealth. And we will bring back our dreams. We will build new roads and highways and bridges and airports and tunnels and railways all across our wonderful nation. We will get our people off of welfare and back to work, rebuilding our country with American hands and American labor. We will follow two simple rules: buy American and hire American. We will seek friendship and goodwill with the nations of the world, but we do so with the understanding that it is the right of all nations to put their own interests first. We do not seek to impose our way of life on anyone, but rather to let it shine as an example. We will shine for everyone to follow. We will reinforce old alliances and form new ones and unite the civilized world against radical Islamic terrorism, which we will eradicate completely from the face of the earth.
It's a new dawn in the history of the American politics, and in the next couple of days, the moves taken by the new president will give a clear direction of what the Trump's presidency will be focusing on. Victoria Idol reporting for Channels Television News.
Meanwhile, around the inauguration venue, protesters clashed with riot police in gear. The activists, numbering at least 500, wore masks over their faces and marched through the city's downtown, carrying signs against racism. They also vandalized cars and public property. Not far from the White House, protesters scuffled with police, at one point throwing chairs at an outdoor cafe. A motorcyclist in town to celebrate Trump's inauguration was struck in the face when he tried to intervene. Earlier, liberal activists with a separate group called Disrupt J20 intermittently blocked multiple security checkpoints, leading to the largest public viewing area for the ceremony. Several were led away by police. Disrupt J20 protest organizer Ali McLaren said the group was voicing its displeasure over Trump's controversial comments about women, illegal immigrants and Muslims. While the focus of the protests was Washington, sympathy protests also held in London, with people carrying protest signs against Trump's plan to build a wall on the US-Mexican border. But the largest protest by far is expected to be Saturday's Women's March on Washington, which some 200,000 people from around the country are expected to attend. Now let's just get some perspective about all this. Our correspondent in Washington, Maria Bird, joins us now. Hi, Maria. All right, Maria. Could you tell us about the protests today? We understand they turned violent, Maria.
Yes, the protests were a bit violent. Due to some of what's occurred, have been to local hospitals that have been injured. Some protesters have even been injured. It's a very unsettling. And the U.S. is known for having very peaceful turnovers for power. And I think that from the level of former President Barack Obama and President Trump, that was peaceful. The issue today really resides around the people of America showing their opinions regarding the new administration.
Well, I can see you're still in transit there, Maria, and obviously you're monitoring what you can see. It's not often we see protests like this on Inauguration Day. We saw the same sort of thing when Trump was elected. Is this the kind of ride he's going to have? I mean, open resistance like this each time?
You know, I saw some signs today that stated, we will not sleep until he is impeached. And so when you see those type of comments from the public and show that people are very upset, I mean, this could be a long road. This could be a long road for America. Unfortunately, I think that America at this time is very divided, and it's really a time for that people are voicing their opinions.
Well, it's a bit surprising because, most of the time we see Inauguration Day as a unifying day when everybody, where all Americans come under one canopy and support who has been elected. That's not what's happening this time around. How do you think it's going to pan out?
That's not, this is a very hard one. I don't think that there's any real modern day history that we can reflect on where something like this has occurred. I mean, we know that you look at former President Clinton, former President George W. Bush, their turnover was nothing like this. So in modern day history, we have not seen this type of issue around protesters, around people really not being happy. But the other key point is that there are many that are here supporting President Trump. But, the feeling that you get is not the same feeling that you saw during the 2008 or 2012 inaugurations. I guess that many are just a little overwhelmed, even though supporters don't seem to be feeling the same joy behind their candidate winning.
All right, thanks, Maria. We'll check in with you again if we can. I understand you're still on the road, and do be safe, Maria. Thanks a lot. Our Washington, D.C. correspondent there. Now, while many demonstrated against Mr. Donald Trump's inauguration in Washington, D.C., hundreds of acclaimed members of the indigenous people of Biafra from the South-South and Southeast zones gathered in Port Harcourt in solidarity with the U.S. president. The protesters, who say they were on a peaceful rally in support of whom they referred as their man, were shortly after dispersed by personnel of the Nigerian army and other security operatives. Some of the protesters say they were attacked by security operatives, leading to many of them sustaining injuries.